And now the UK has summoned the French ambassador amid an escalating dispute over post-Brexit fishing rights. And this came after French authorities Thursday fined 2 British fishing vessels and detained one overnight in the port of Le Havre. France has accused Britain of unfairly restricting French vessels from fishing in UK waters around Jersey and the Channel Islands. France has threatened to curb its energy supplies to Jersey. A British official denied any restrictions on French vessels. They criticised France's moves to block British fishing boats from ports as disproportionate.
The measures being threatened do not appear to be compatible with the Trade and Cooperation Agreement or wider international law, and if carried through, will be met with an appropriate and calibrated response.
I've heard that the UK thinks we are overreacting, but this is not an overreaction. We must stand up for our rights to protect our fishermen and our marine economy. We've been negotiating with Britain for 9 months, and they've been saying they will look at technical issues and everything can be worked out, which I certainly hope so. But it has to be settled before the deadline of November the 2nd.
Well, the dispute over fishing rights has intensified between Paris and London following Brexit. Members of the EU have fishing access in waters belonging to others within the bloc, and the UK has since lost those privileges. Britain and the European Union agreed that after Brexit, they would issue licenses granting access to each other's waters. And France said Wednesday the UK granted only 50% of the licenses it said it was entitled to. London denies the allegations. Britain exports around 2/3 of its seafood to the European Union. And for some insights into this, we're now joined by Professor Cui Hongjian in Beijing. He's the director of the Department of European Studies at the China Institute of International Studies. Professor Cui, welcome to Global Watch. Well, first of all, what's the main disagreement behind this UK-France fishing row?
This dispute between two countries looks like, from the reason both two sides have a very different understanding about the so-called fishing license. As we know, so far for France, it insists that it gets less allowance from the UK side for its fishermen. But from already it's enough to have the license for French people. I think indeed it's a kind of very, very big disagreement from both two sides, and also they do have political considerations about it. For example, from a UK side, always the fishery issue has been regarded as a part of the sovereignty, especially in the background of the Brexit. And also from a French side, as we know that the presidential election is coming on. So I think that it's very, very important for French government to try to play a role of guarding the interests of fishermen in France, because it's very, very important for President Macron to get more support from French people.
Well, Brexit more impacts than just disrupting fishing rights. The UK continues to face issues with cross-border transport, investment, litigation, and even data flows. How do you think the EU and UK will cope with the aftermath of Brexit in the long run?
So far, it's a little bit difficult to find out a long-term solution for the disputes or disagreements between UK and the EU, because as we know, just according to this Brexit agreement, there's not so details for any kind of further problems or disputes. There's just a framework for dispute solutions. So I think that for a long time, the normal situation for the EU and the UK would be that there are more and more frictions, more and more disputes, not only for the fishing issue and also some other. At the same time, both sides try to get some more negotiations, and also if it's necessary to have some maybe judgment like that.
Thank you very much, Professor Cui Hongjian from the Department of European Studies at the China Institute of International Studies.